Today, I want to talk about why we get stuck and we never do anything, right? So, with most people on YouTube, they have an idea of, I want to start a YouTube channel and I want to talk about this or I want to talk about that. And they have a passion or something that they're good at. But most people never start. So, why is that? Why do we have this anxiety of, okay, I want to put content out to the world? And even like my wife says this, she'll say, man, those influencers, that's a wonderful life, or that would be so nice to be able to do this for a living. And for the most part, you can do it if you're willing to put yourself out there. I've realized this a long time ago, that when it comes to YouTube, it's all about the consistency. And if you're willing to kind of eat crap for a few years to be able to see the fruits of your labor. So it's a lot easier to improve upon it than it is to start. So go ahead and start with the idea, get the target audience that you want, and then with that target audience, you want to kind of condense that into, do you have a list of 25 to 50 or even 100 video ideas that you can just rattle off and put on a spreadsheet or in a Notion page or whatever it may be? These are things that you need to do before you launch the channel, but these are all things that once you get the ball rolling, it's kind of like working out. Once you set your clothes out and you put those on in the morning and you get in your car and you start driving to the gym and you get there, you can say to yourself, listen, I'm only going to work out 10 minutes. But when you get there, you normally stay there for the full 45 minutes to an hour. You get a good sweat going and you're good to go. So it's really about starting that thing that you've always wanted to start. So I want to encourage you today that as you watch this video and I discuss this for the next few minutes, that maybe you can hear a little bit of what you're dealing with. So let's talk about a couple of topics. Topic number one that keeps people from starting a YouTube channel or creating content. They're afraid of what people are going to say. This is probably one of the bigger ones. This is one of the ones that I had to deal with. I oftentimes tell my family not to go look at the comment section because I think it's interesting when you go there. My wife went to go look at the comment section at one point and she said, oh my goodness, are they going to come to our house? These people are basement dwellers. They're people that you should not concern yourself with. Listen, you're going to suck in the beginning. It's not going to be something where you put your first bit of content out and you're going to be Mr. Beast or you're going to be Mark Rober or whoever you idolize and think that their content is just fabulous, right? So I want you to understand that putting yourself out there is putting yourself out for criticism. And on the flip side of this, you have to be able to take constructive criticism. You can't be against and combat every time someone says to you, hey, that didn't look right, or your speech was off, or that video, I couldn't hear you, your microphone wasn't right. These are all things that you should listen to, take the feedback in, and get better at, right? So number one is worrying what people think. I mean, that's in general in life. When we worry too much about what people think, we're going to miss a lot of really amazing experiences because we're too concerned about the feedback or what's going to happen. I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I've heard this said, and it was probably said a lot more elegant than what I'm about to say. But bottom line is, nobody is worried as much about you as you think that they are. I promise you, they're not. So hopefully that's a little bit of encouragement there. Number two on why we don't start is because we do not, I hate this saying, but we don't swallow the frog. We don't take the hard things and the things that it take, and we don't break them down into smaller bits of pieces. We see starting a YouTube channel, and all we think to ourselves is this: oh man, I got to have images for my thumbnail. I got to learn about SEO. I got to have a channel banner. I got to have audio equipment, a video equipment. I got to learn how to edit. I got to get better on camera. You don't think that you could go to a Google document and make a checklist on your phone, whatever you want to do, and say, okay, I'm going to break this down into every couple days, I'm going to knock one of these things out. Okay, today I'm going to look into, I've already got a phone, a really great iPhone, a new iPhone. I'm going to use that for video to start. I'm going to look into audio equipment for the next couple of days and get that done. I'm going to either hire a graphic designer or I'm going to work in Canva or a free tool that allows me to create imaging and branding for my channel. Break it down into smaller segments that allow you to, in your mind, you're kind of faking yourself out. You're still doing all these hard tasks, but you're putting them in segments to where you're like, okay, I'm going to do this today, and by the end of the week, I want to have 2 of these things done. And the next week we'll get on this. So now you've started. Now it goes back to the beginning of the video where I was talking about starting something. It's a lot easier to improve once the ball's starting to roll down the hill. So that's number 2. And then finally, number 3, why people don't start a YouTube channel or start creating content is the imposter syndrome, or the thought that what makes me worthy to talk about topic A, B, or C? Or what makes me worthy of being entertaining? Or these people, if they're going to find my channel worthy to watch or consume. So I remember early on when I started my podcast over a decade ago, where I would interview these YouTube creators. And I thought to myself, what makes me worthy of these people to listen to? Well, now people are hiring me and working with me to help them with their YouTube channels, all from the podcast. And I hate to say it this way, but a lot of times you have to fake it until you make it. So you want to go and you want to educate yourself on the topic. You're already passionate about it. Let's just say it's motorcycles. You're already passionate about motorcycles and doing things with them and working on them and riding them and kind of featuring them. So with that being the case, what's stopping you from being a motorcycle expert on YouTube? Nothing. It's you getting in the way. You're thinking that there's other motorcycle YouTubers out there, and they are, and they're doing well. So instead of worrying about going up against them, that's the thing for me. There's a ton of YouTube educators out there, amazing creators that are doing fantastic things, but it didn't stop me. I have my own style. I have my own way of speaking and my own way of working with clients and my own way of interviewing and my own way of doing these videos. Listen, I don't want to be the next whoever. I want to be me, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. So if you like this today, I do a podcast where I interview YouTube creators. You'll see the links down below. I would appreciate that. And you can connect with me all of the ways down there. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video.